Today, MindsEye gives us a lesson in attempting to turn your fortunes around by being deeply weird. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint. The council has deemed you worthy.
But who cares what the council thinks? You were always worthy.
True, but now you can put it on your business cards.
Ooh.
Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto popped up in the news again to let us all know that he wants to put Pikmin everywhere. Quote, I'm on a mission to try to include Pikmin in any kind of Nintendo product we put up, and obviously Pikmin can be appearing anywhere. And as if to prove he wasn't kidding, Pikmin are showing up in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, alongside cameos from other Nintendo characters such as Foxy, Star Fox, McCloud. You can also find Pikmin in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which is fine because it's thematic. The game's already filled with flowers and plants. But if Pikmin can truly show up in anything Nintendo is making, how far does Miyamoto intend to push it? Sure, Pikmin would be a perfect complement to Rhythm Heaven, especially if it encourages Nintendo to keep producing Rhythm Heaven games. And Tomodachi Life is silly as hell, so it's surprising no one's seen them there yet. The Legend of Zelda could drop them in alongside the Minish, and Chibi Robo is already pocket-sized. This is all too easy, though. Why not include them in Metroid as a new creature Samus can get her DNA spliced with? Maybe have 10,000 Pikmin all stacked up and fighting in arms. Make Pikmin the murderers in the next Famicom Detective Club. And why the hell haven't we seen a new Pikmin-based balloon fight? You started this, Miyamoto. Give the fans what they demand. A new Mario Dance Dance revolution where I get to stomp Pikmin back into the ground.
I've decided I'm hoarding all the QuickPoints this week, so have 3 stories I did not write. Box Room is a new home decorating sim with a twist. The items you'll be shelving and arranging are the games in your own Steam library, because Box Room scrapes your metadata and creates virtual boxes for you to arrange. So I guess move over, build the earth, because Loading Ready Run has a serious, large-scale virtual world to construct. And Baobab Animation Studio has bought the rights to make movies and TV shows based in the world of at least 3 games available on the most popular pedophile hellscape in gaming. Natural Disaster Survival by Stickmaster Luke, Barry's Prison Run by Platinum Falls, and Deep Woken by Raguzer and Archmage. I hope this is good news for those those users who generate content, but personally, I'm holding out for a partnership with Dateline NBC that gives us Chris Hansen kicking open the door to whatever's replaced Public Bathroom Simulator. And finally, IKEA Japan and Pacopia have gotten into bed, or at least a convertible futon sofa, on a cross-promotion marketing deal this spring. From April 1st until June 30th, you can check out Cloud Islands in Pacopia that have been designed by IKEA's interior designers and inspired by 2 iconic Pokemon. We've got the one that everyone thinks is their favorite, and also the one that everyone would actually get along with in real life. Meanwhile, in the meat space, if your corporeal flesh prison just happens to find its way into a Japanese IKEA, you can enjoy seeing some of those same rooms in real life, albeit with far less danger of electrocution or nap-related crushing injuries. Actually, that's still a really big plush, so never mind. The danger in the second room is equally real.
Time to catch you up on the utter weirdness happening over at MindsEye developer Build a Rocket Boy, who I will hereafter refer to by their own acronym, BARB. If you recall, they had a rough launch, and they know it. CEO Mark Gerhard recently said in an interview with GamesBeat, quote, "We know we had, without doubt, the worst launch in history." Now, I feel, and this is the only time I'll say this, Gerhard's being a little too hard on himself. Sure, it got 39 on Metacritic and was such a colossal letdown compared to its hype that even Sony started issuing refunds for it, but let's not forget they also did that for Cyberpunk, and Cyberpunk's launch was so bad it got delisted from the PlayStation Store. Plus, let's not forget Concord, who had such a painful launch it glassed an entire studio. The bar is subterranean, but MindsEye could have done worse. Niceties out of the way, what you need to understand about Mark Gerhard is that he's clearly unwell. Even before the game launched, he was convinced that entities working from within or at the behest of Rockstar Games and or Take-Two Interactive were colluding to hamper the success of MindsEye. I guess because Barb's CEO, Leslie Benzies, used to work at Rockstar, and if you stand 50 foot back and squint, the game kind of looks like a GTA clone. Since the game's dismal failure to launch, Gerhard has only gotten more outlandish in his claims of corporate sabotage. At an all-hands meeting in January, Gerhard alleged that a very big American company had spent over €1 million to invoke an influencer agency, some journalists, and even Barb's own employees to act against the well-being of the company. That last point was used to explain why employees had realized there was suddenly surveillance software on their computers. We'll never know how much of this directly affected the split between the now independent Barb and its now former publisher IO Interactive, but I would allege a lot, even if Mark did try to spin it as a positive to be in control of their own destiny. I mean, look, IO has a James Bond game coming out. They don't need this. This also means that a planned Hitman crossover is cancelled. But worry not, MindsEye fan, for work on that mission is being retooled. According to the Games Beat interview, a forthcoming MindsEye mission will include evidence of this supposed corporate sabotage. Gerhard is also clear that US and UK law enforcement are assisting with the investigation, but that he's going to leave arrests or announcements to them and he can't say anything else at this time. Look, betting markets are merely one thing destroying the world, but if I could put money down on nobody will ever be arrested for this, I'd be all in. But Gerhard is undeterred in his commitment to, in this commentator's satirical opinion, just making shit up, as he told GamesBeat of MindsEye's next chapter, quote, "The game is being very well reviewed." Again, it's not, but he continues, quote, "The sales are increasing organically, doubling almost weekly." According to Steam charts at time of writing, MindsEye had a concurrent player count of 7.
As we reported last week in our Mike Ybarra story, Pearl Abyss has apologized for the inclusion of AI-generated paintings in Crimson Desert, audited the game, and replaced the assets with human-created artwork. Pearl Abyss's apology, published on X, the Everything app, said that the AI-generated art was used during early production with the expectation that it would be replaced. But what went unreported was just how totally cheeks the AI assets were. The placeholder assets used by Pearl Abyss looked to be the result of an older Mid-Journey model fed a prompt like, "What if Bruegel, the Dutch Masters, or the Hudson River School sucked sour ass?" Sure, those works span 300 or 400 years and are the output of cultural movements and material conditions across multiple continents, but surely nobody's going to pay attention to any of it, right? As we all know, paintings are just decorations and don't reflect the taste, personality, or worldview of the person whose home or workplace they adorn, and there's no opportunity for storytelling in what art, if any, is on display in someone's living space, especially in a world where pigments or the ability for abstract or representative art might be at a premium. And surely there's no mechanic in Crimson Desert for actually interacting with it or collecting the art. Oh, there is! Oh my gosh, if you want your players to pay attention to it, why didn't you?
Diablo 4's Paladin is introducing a new flavor of Fanta, according to a report from Videogames Chronicle that's a naked rewrite of a press release, but we're here now, so let's read more about this collaboration between Fanta and Xbox. This relationship with Fanta brings together two brands that thrive on creativity and self-expression, is a quote we are asked to believe was said by Microsoft's general manager of Xbox partnerships, Marcus Waltenberg. Never in my life have I considered Xbox, or any games publisher, but especially Xbox, to thrive on self-expression. I guess some of their choices in this campaign are kind of creative, as each Fanta flavor has been paired with a noted gaming character under the broad Microsoft umbrella. The brand new Crimson Cherry Sour flavor features Diablo 4's Paladin. Classic Orange is under the watchful eye of Ghost from Call of Duty. Strawberry has Zal Atath from World of Warcraft. Pineapple is surmounted by Halo's Master Chief. And Grape features iconic video game character Toyota Land Cruiser from Forza Horizon. Ibrahim Khan, Coca-Cola Vice President of Global Sparkling Flavors, allegedly said, quote, "We imagine a world where the irresistible taste of Fanta is so delicious it pulls players into a multiverse-sized adventure." By which the VP of Sparkles means there are in-game challenges that can unlock cosmetics for each of those games, like a citron-colored portal in Diablo, a portable cooler in Warcraft, or the ugliest fucking Master Chief skin you've ever seen. Walton Burke supposedly adds, together, we're creating experiences that meet fans where they are, which I guess is playing Halo while crushing cans of Fanta. A lot of people got paid so much money for this.
You know, they had full justifications for all of that, too. Like, there's absolutely a PowerPoint slide saying Master Chief needs to be a pineapple because despite his prickly exterior, he's sweet on the inside.
Is he?
I don't know. I haven't played Doom. Coming up, PUBG's 5v5 tactical spin-off Blind Spot has been shut down only 2 months after launching in early access. The joke writes itself, but I'm still going to say it. We guess most people had a blind spot for this game. Great work, everyone. Early lunch.
I was playing into it during that read, but I truly was cackling as I was writing that stupid press release story.
It's extremely silly.
Press release language is unhinged, right? Like this has always been true when it's like, oh, we imagine a world where... No, you don't.
No. Nobody said this. May I lift the veil on how a corporate press release is written? A junior person in the marketing department is tasked with this drudge work and making up something that sounds good, and then their boss reviews it, and then the person who supposedly said these things may or may not be notified.
They might have never seen it.
No.
And I didn't make this up. The vice president of global sparkling flavors at Coca-Cola probably never read this press release.
Is that on his LinkedIn, I guess?
It's on the press release.
They might just all be like a big joke. Did this come out on April 1st?
No. It's a real thing.
Sparkling flavors.
Yeah. I can't get around that grape is it's a further different brand. It's the Toyota Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what are our sort of like main pillar brands? Forza, I guess. Well, what do we do with that?
There's no characters, just cars.
I don't know, a sports utility crossover?
Yeah, how did Toyota get roped in? Like, surely this is so complicated. Think about all the hours that putting this together, this cross-promotion took. It's a very involved website. That's why I don't think it's an April Fool's thing, because like their website, there's also no hint of irony. There's no like... way too much work was put into it. No, and the tone is the gleeful, like, yeah, isn't this cool, folks? Yeah, players will love this. Today, MindsEye gives us a lesson in attempting to oh, sorry. Kind of sounded like you were in the car there. You're like, oh, sorry. Sorry there. Sorry. Ooh, this is turning into a real nasty parallel park job. Oh, I've intersected your space-time coordinates. Nelson wrote the 3 quick points. Beej wrote the Pikmin Miyamoto story, and Cameron wrote the Crimson Desert AI. What a joy to read. Thing. Oh, it's so... This art is so cheeks. No one was reporting about how cheeks it was. And I did the other 2, and one of those was the MindsEye story, which, again, it's been sort of like burbling along for a while, and we haven't gone back to it. And it sort of reached this, like, break point where it's like, okay, we really need to catch people up on what this guy has been talking about this whole time. And stuff that, like... There was other stuff that I wanted to include that just bloated the story, but one thing was that the employees discovered that there was surveillance software on their computers because they all started running badly, like preventing them from doing their work. And also, like, as you might expect, there have been layoffs, about 300 layoffs from Build a Rocket Boy. Yeah. And of those 300 people, about 93 of them are in the game workers branch of the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain, and they released an open letter just lambasting the management, being like, you didn't listen, you would change your mind constantly, you would not take any recommendation on board, even from staff that were experts in their fields, you just ignored everything that people said, and you made your own bed. And then they had a list of demands, and their first demand was an apology. Which is very British, and I love it. But that was their first demand was an apology. It's not remotely self-serving, too, because the other demands are like to help
protect the people who are still working there. None of these people want their job back. They don't want to go back to working in that place.
No, it sounds hellish. It sounds like one man's ego got in the way of making a good game.
It's just the idea that it's like, oh, we have evidence now. Now we have evidence of this corporate sabotage. And you can find the evidence in our new mission. It's like, no, you don't.
I feel like I don't like. I actually take no joy from watching someone crash out publicly. Like, it's never been like, haha. Like, there are certain people that I think I might feel a little bit of like a little soupçon of like satisfaction, say if they stumble down their golf course in the middle of the night. We'll say,
Yeah.
but most of the time, even as odious and loathsome as Mr. Gerhardt appears to be as a boss, I don't relish the fact that he is self-immolating publicly and like dragging down like the livelihood of hundreds of people with him. Not cool.
But
it is
worth
kind of
telling
funny.
you about, I suppose.
Like, when you take a step back and abstract all that misery, it objectively is kind of funny.
It's just so nakedly obvious when it's like, oh, a very big American company. Who? What? Why? Who would care? And like, oh, well, the police are working on it, but I can't tell you anything about it. We're just going to let justice follow its own path, is what he said. And it's like, man, you have nothing. Just stop.
Nobody wants to God, men will do anything other than admit they're wrong.
Yeah, that's why Leslie Benzies just came back from like an extended vacation, because he was mentioned in the Epstein files.
The other guy, the
CEO from Rockstar. Yeah, not again in like a minor way, but not a completely forgivable way necessarily.
Okay, but like.
And so he's like, I'm going on a vacation. And Mark Gerhardt was like, this is a normal expected vacation that he's going on after all of his hard work getting the game out the door. This is not because of that. And also he says he didn't do anything, and everything's fine.
I take it back. Let both these fuckers crash out. Fuck that guy. I've got limits. My forgiveness has limits.
There you go.
And you know what? They are greater than one would think. But it's not that big.
No. Unrelated to any of that.
Good.
There's a new update video on the main Loading Ready Run channel. You might have seen it. If you're only following this channel, you might have seen it in your inbox, because we tried to do like the collaboration thing. But the big takeaway from it is please support us on Patreon, or subscribing on our Twitch channel, or becoming a member on this YouTube channel. Yeah. If you're a member on this channel, you'll get a shout out at the end of the video. But mostly, we can't do this without you, and we really appreciate your support. So thank you very much. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Bye, everybody. I think Paul left. We're still rolling.